Right, this is a good look, but it's not on brand, viewers, and I'm very focused on that at the moment. So we'll just get it on there. What would Maximin do? Would he have the wrong one on? No, he wouldn't. There we are, then, viewers. Yes, I do look a little bit ridiculous, but at the same time, I'm not just pushing my hair back 24/7. Oh, wax on, wax off. Hello then, viewers. You have been... The like button is under some serious repair because you've been smashing it recently, viewers. And I thought what we'd do is we'll take stock of our first season. We're nearly coming towards the end of it. And, of course, objectives and what we're planning to do next season we'll talk about towards the end of the season. But I think it's nice to take stock in March. You've played through a lot of it at the moment. We've got Fulham away today in the FA Cup, and that has become a primary focus. We play Manchester City, Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, all after the international break. So I thought I'd focus in very much on this Fulham game away at Craven Cottage, and hopefully next episode we'll have an FA Cup semi-final, FA Cup semi-final to go alongside one of the big games towards the back end of the year. Some tough games as well. City, Chelsea, Arsenal, that is not what you want to see when you're trying to rise up the league table. Currently in 13th position, and going any higher than this at this stage looks challenging. That said, we do have some games in hand. Those games do happen to be against the likes of Manchester City, Arsenal, because they've been in Europe and things like this. So not ideal for us, but still, every chance that we can finish slightly higher than the position we're in right now and the position Newcastle are in real life as things still stand as we record this. But overall, the boys have actually done not too bad. I'm a little bit surprised. In terms of average rating, Saint-Maximin, look, he's been a star for me. He scored some fantastic goals, 8 assists, 10 goals in all competitions. You've got to be proud of that. Joelinton there, 14 goals, only 4 assists, but still, 14 goals, far more than I expected. 7 in the league, 7 in the cups, and is a massive part of the FA Cup run. Lautaro Martinez, little disappointing at the moment. I think anyone that's got the same amount of goals as Joelinton should be slightly disgracing themselves, and anyone with less goals should be considering their career as a footballer. But even so, he's done all right since we brought him in for big money in the summer. Next year, I expect him to kick on. We improved the squad a little bit more, especially that central midfield maybe, and see how he gets on with slightly better players around him. Looking further down, Mariano's come in and done really well. Bentaleb's done solid as well. 4 goals for him, 3 for John Joe Shelvey. Almiron's got 5 if we sort it by goal scorers, which would probably make more sense, Ben. But then on the assist as well, again, Martinez, really good link-up play, 9 from him, more than I expected, and has been a major part of why Joelinton has been so successful, as well as Saint-Maximin. So overall, I'm pretty happy. I think we've done okay. And I say that as a man that is sitting here having spent lots of money and still in 13th. But I think we had a rough start to the season. The second half of the season, I don't think's been quite so bad. January was tough, but wins against Southampton and Leicester and Sheffield United, and more recently Brighton as well, and this FA Cup run. I don't know, would Newcastle fans take finishing 13th and being in touching distance of an FA Cup semi-final / maybe final? Maybe. Next year, though, we've got to kick on. Europe is a must next year. We consider it this year. If we win the FA Cup and sneak in there, that's what we're dreaming of, viewers. And the way the tactics changed as well, I think going to the gegenpress is definitely my preferred route of things. It's just so much more effective. It suits the players that we've got as well. Of course, the injury to Boga, not ideal. Albrighton as well, not ideal. But Almiron coming in on that side isn't exactly the biggest disaster ever. Matty Longstaff and Delaney have actually proved to be quite a nice partnership in the middle. Of course, we've still got Bentaleb to come off the bench at the moment, but Matty Longstaff's been doing bits for me. And if we can get the Longstaffs, that's one thing I do want to sort of emphasise in this series. As much as we're having a lot of fun with it, I do want to try and get the best out of those two boys. I've signed up his brother to a longer contract as well, and of course he's on a 4-year deal already, so he's happy. 5-year deal actually, I think it is, but so he's happy as a bit of a wonder kid. And look, Newcastle don't have wonder kids too often, so if we can get the Longstaffs to be as good as possible, that's really good news. If you look at it here from a potential standpoint, you can see there Matty Longstaff definitely in the top of it, but Sean not too far away either, and can definitely continue to develop even though he's a couple of years older. Focusing our team around them is going to be difficult. I mentioned I want to strengthen central midfield, and that does affect those two boys, although it depends how long we're here, really, to see the development of Matty Longstaff, who I believe could be world-class in a couple of years, could be really, really good. So, trying to get the best out of him while at the same time making the squad far better. That's part of the challenge right now. You can see whether how much credence you give to star ratings, 2.5 current ability. It's not really what you need in a side that are pushing for the sort of the top 8, top 6 places, and that is one of our little issues. Also, Andy Carroll hasn't had the impact I expected, viewers. Is that a fair comment? I mean, he's not scored, so Yes, it is a fair comment. I think when we look back at Andy Carroll's career, we'll think about that season where we scored 17, and then that start of the season where we scored 11, and then, well, Liverpool intervened, didn't they? And ever since then, really, it's not gone great for Andy. I mean, that year there was pretty good. 16-17, 7 goals in 18 starts. And then, yeah, I feel for him a bit, really. He should never have left, should he, viewers? If in hindsight, should never have left. Liverpool, though, did pay him a lot of money. And let's face it, he was a straight swap for Fernando Torres in many ways. Sorry, viewers, my allegiance is... It's breathing into this video. All right, then, let's get the game underway today. Fulham away, and it's 8 o'clock in the morning, so, I mean, get your breakfast in, you viewers. And I should say as well, before we get to this game, thank you so much for the support of this series. When you start something new, you never really know how people will respond to it, but the response has been fantastic. So many people watching, people leaving likes and comments and getting involved as much as I am. It's been a real good time, so thank you, gang. One of the quarterfinals is Burnley, Manchester City, so we've just got to, contend with that. Lazaro's nearly back. Having Lautaro and Lazaro, you think I'd have learned. He's a nightmare, by the way. The amount of times I must have had that wrong in this series is a lot. And as much as we love Joel Linton, I do think Mariano offers us a slightly better option going forward. He's not been here long. He's already got 4 goals, so I'm going to persevere with him up front with Martinez, Almiron and Maximin on either side, as mentioned. Manquillo right back because of that injury to Lazaro. Diaz and Lascelles are mates. Roussillon left back as well, solid, and Onana in goal. If we don't win, I'll be shocked, which is always a brave thing to say as manager of Newcastle United. Of course, Fulham were top of the Championship when this was drawn. Are they still top of the Championship? Yes, they certainly are. 8 points clear with 2 games in hand. I think they're going to be promoted, viewers. 10 points clear of Leeds with a game in hand on them as well, so it's looking pretty good. Scott Parker, the manager, and Kearney in the centre, Knockout on the right-hand side. Harry Arter is in the side as well. Lots of actually familiar faces. Lots of Premier League players that have played in recent years, so we've got to be at our best. It's a Championship team, but with some Premier League quality. Are the headbands available? Not my design. No. I mean, they are available. You can buy headbands from anywhere, really. Although I was out wearing it the other day, and someone said, do you know Jill? I was like, I couldn't work it out, and then I realised Jack and Jill fell down the hill, and then it was bandaged up on it, and I looked like... Apparently, I'm Jack. Obviously, that didn't happen. Not only because it's not a good story, it just isn't that funny. But sometimes I usually cut it out, viewers, but I've left it in there for you to just ponder. Does he know someone called Jill? Doesn't he? No, I don't. All right, then, Almiron on the ball. We're in the orange kit today, which wearing the black headband has sort of... soured the whole day, but he's on it here. Like, he scored an absolutely fantastic goal last episode. Will he do the same again for me? He races in on goal, hits the side netting. Of course, away at Craven Cottage, it's a long commute down to London. Blimey. You wouldn't do that on a coach, would you? No, private plane. Jet, probably, viewers. Jet. Or train. I mean, how long's the train from Newcastle? I don't know. We'll have a look, viewers. I've never had to do it personally, so it's the Newcastle to London King's Cross, shall we say? That's probably the connection, as Martinez has scored, which is obviously more important to the video than me checking. We're all interested, though. We won't do King's Cross. We'll just do London generally in case we get that wrong. As looking here, then, it takes 3 hours and 15 minutes, which is annoying, viewers. And I shouldn't be this annoyed, but I am. Great finish by Martinez. Well done to you. It takes 3 hours, 15 minutes from Newcastle to London. Do you know how long it takes me from the very east of England, around sort of the Norwich area? It takes me about 3.25 hours to get into London as well. So, I don't... And I'll show the map. That's why I'm annoyed, viewers. You can see why I'd be annoyed. Fulham with a little bit of possession here, they would have made me even more annoyed. How is it taking them 3.5... Right, I'm so cross, viewers. How much is it? Is it cheap? I mean, for anyone that's curious, I mean, it's worth finding out for everyone, isn't it? I won't say what I'm using, but the trains run on a track, sometimes called a line. So just, if anyone's interested. Newcastle, right, let's get that on there. London. Let's say we want to go next Saturday, which of course you shouldn't be because we know the rules. But let's just say we did. Let's just say we did want to. £72. That is a lot. It's 2 hours 51. It's getting quicker. Lautaro Martinez. We're 2-0 up, viewers, but 2 hours and 51. Come on. That is. I can't believe it, viewers. Honestly, that is as long as it takes me to get to London. Are you joking? And I'll be honest, I didn't think that's a great goal. I didn't think I'd be talking about the travel issues that I have from Norfolk to London, but this is astounding, viewers. When you click the video, did you think you knew it wouldn't be about Football Manager? So let's face it, we are 2-0 up though, and an FA Cup. Oh, do you know what? I've just realised, back to Wembley, but then again, we'll be there and back in an afternoon, won't we? For heaven's sake, it's quicker for me to get to Newcastle to go via London. I've just realised. What is going on in the world? What is going on? So if I ever come to Newcastle, just know if anyone wants anything picking up from London, I'm happy to get it. As Lautaro Martinez racing through, proving his quality, viewers, as he bags another one, 17th of the season, a hat-trick for him. Let's give him the props that he deserves, as he stood there by the corner flag, punching the air. Everyone else is sort of punching towards that screen, and, well, the Fulham fans are going mad, to be honest. Gets away from his man, and look, there's no stopping him. Mariano created a distraction to the other defender, and a cool finish from Martinez, who recently has come into his own, viewers. I'll show you after this when I look at the fixture list, but you can see just how many goals he's scored in the last sort of 7 or 6 games. Usually said 6 or 7, Ben. Mixing it up today, are we? Mariano scored. We are romping our way to the semi-finals, viewers. This is beautiful. And I know what you're going to say. You're 13th. Stop saying this is in any way successful. But actually, with the form that we're showing, we carry this on into next season. Title, viewers? No, obviously not a title. Second place? No, still unrealistic. Fair enough. At least we're doing it with style, viewers. We are the entertainers. I'm saying it now. I've brought the entertainers back to Newcastle. I mean, I didn't think it'd be me to do it, viewers, but it seems to be happening as we're conceding goals. We're not even bothered. Look at us. Look how jolly we are. We're going to London in 2.5 hours. We're loving it, viewers. All right, 2 hours 50. I've bent the truth a little bit there. I mean, this defending here is obviously not great, but Anthony Knockout's played in the Premier League, viewers, so give him that one. I will say if we don't win the game from here, then something's gone drastically wrong. Should probably make changes as well, but we've got an international break, so why would I? Bentleb on for Matty Longstaff. Turns out, for that reason. We're wearing a lovely orange kit as well. We look like a bunch of traffic cones, don't we, running around? That's what I've got. Yeah, traffic cones. That's what I've gone for. Bentleb switches it out to this left-hand side. Almiron, bursts away from his man. Can he get across into the centre? He's been fouled. His arms went, oh, help! The referee heard the cries of sadness and have awarded a penalty kick. I don't know who's taking this one. Bentleb's coming on and he's taking it. He's decided. He's picked up the ball and he's had it saved. Shall we take him off for that? Probably not, but let's bring Sean on. Let's get the other Longstaff on. Come on. Just basically to confuse the Fulham PA announcer coming onto the pitch. Sean Longstaff. Haven't we just had a Longstaff? Hey, someone tell them now that they're bringing on the player they've just taken off. He'll be baffled, viewers. He was like that when the Nevilles played. Fulham are trying really hard now, and that's very good. That's very good of them, keeping the respectability. What we've told them here, viewers, if you get promoted from the Premier League, or from the Championship to the Premier League, good luck. It's Fulham 1. Newcastle 4. Now, let me just show you how good Martinez has been, because this is a joy. Let me justify that 60 million we spent, viewers. Let's do that first. So if we look at recent fixtures, you can see there, look, goals. The friendly we won't count so much, but the goals against Leicester City, as well as Sheffield United, a goal against West Ham as well, and against scoring against Brighton. So if we take a look at his form in recent times, very, very good, and contributing in all sorts of areas. If he continues this to the end of the season, viewers, golden boot, is that possible? Probably not, right? He's 7th on the list. He's the same as Tammy Abraham, which is, pretty good. And the goals he scored there, sadly, don't count towards the Premier League because they weren't in the Premier League. Oh, Burnley just knocked out City. Do you see that? Do you see that, viewers? Sorry, wow, oh my word. Burnley have knocked out City. So I'll tell you now, viewers, it's happening. It's happening. Strap in, viewers, as we are about to win. There's some tough teams left in this. But if we get Burnley, come on, Burnley, give me Burnley. That is not Burnley. So we're going to play either Manchester United or Everton. I think the more likely is probably United, but again, Everton, possible. When do these two play? They play right now, Sunday. We'll just find out what the results are. There's some Premier League action is going on as well. Who will we face in the next round? Because that will be our next episode. As, we still know Everton or Manchester United. And we will play Everton, please. Everton will be nice. Everton. Oh, we don't know. That's the league. Everton beat them 3-0. Maybe we don't want Everton. I don't know. Do we want Everton? We will play Everton, though, in the next round. Burnley will play Arsenal. And I've got to say, Everton are a decent size, but I fancy our chances far more against them than I would a United team. Well, I never then. The next episode will be, and just to appease everyone really, will be Everton and Arsenal. We'll play both those games next. I've got City and Chelsea to play off camera, which is probably good because I'll probably be crying by the end of it, viewers. But if you enjoyed this, please do drop a like on it. I'll see you again for very much more, and we'll have with care. We'll spend until next time. Goodbye. This is fun. And I look good. I keep going on about it, viewers, but come on.